Video 3, Uvw Mapping for IN239, 3D Animation 2 at Butler Community College. I'm your instructor, Jon Simpson. In this video, we will be covering unwrapping a Uvw map so that we can texture a complex character. We're going to continue with the character that was in the last video. But first, I'd like to talk just a little bit about what a Uvw map is. When we create basic objects, they are assigned Uvw coordinates. That will determine how the texture is laid down on the model itself. Generally, this works pretty well. As we can see, we have a few problems here and there. Up to this point, we've corrected these problems primarily using an Uvw map. Uvw map allows us to change the type of projection, something simple like planar or box or spherical. It also allows us to increase or decrease the tiling of the material. Sometimes that's just not enough though. Sometimes we need to unwrap our Uvw. When we unwrap our Uvw, we are going to mark seams. We are going to lay it out nice and flat so we can take it into Photoshop and then paint a texture on top of it. We'll begin unwrapping our character by adding a checkerboard map to it. The map will allow us to see any distortion caused by how the texture is being laid out. Part of Uvw mapping is getting the texture to lay evenly without distortion over the entire model. The unwrap Uvw is in the modifier list. We apply it as we do any other modifier. When applied, it will attempt to figure out where to make the seams. We don't want those, so we're going to untick the Map Seams button, and we're going to create our own maps. We're going to create our own seams. Here I'm just modifying the color of the grid pattern, checkerboard pattern, to make it a little easier for me to see what I have selected. Once the unwrap Uvw map is applied, enter Edge Selection Mode, then click the Point-to-Point Seams button. It's under the Peel rollout. This part isn't difficult, but it is tedious. Click from point to point to mark the seams where you want to separate the material on our character. To start a new seam, right-click, continue left-clicking to create the new seam from the new beginning point. I'm going to let the arm play out in real time. The rest of the marking I'm going to speed up considerably. Nobody wants to watch me do this in real time. Now that my seams are marked, I will make a copy of the model just in case something goes wrong. I will also change the display style to material so I can see the checkerboard pattern. In the Unwrap UVW level, select Polygon Selection Mode, then select a polygon on the model. Find the Open UV Editor button. This panel contains many tools to help you texture your model. The way I'm going to demonstrate is just one of many ways to unwrap your model. In the UV Editor panel, make sure the Move tool is active. Zoom out by scrolling, then click and drag the mess of lines in the panel. Make sure you select them all. Move them up and out of the way. That mess is our current Uvw map. We will now begin separating and organizing the UVs. Select a polygon on the model. In the command panel, find the Expand Selection to Seams button. It's in the Peel Seams rollout. This will expand the selection to include all the polygons within the seam you marked. In my case, it's the head. Back to the Edit UV panel. Find the Peel rollout on the right side. Make sure Detach is active, then click the Quick Peel button. This will detach the polys where you marked the seams and flatten them. It may be necessary to click the Reset Peel button. Continue this process of selection, expansion, quick peel, and possible resetting of the peel for all the pieces of the model. When I reached the body, I realized I had an issue. I was expecting the body to be in two pieces. Upon inspection, I saw that I hadn't marked seams near the neck. Simply go back and add seams if needed, then quick peel, etc. again. While doing the hand, I saw I had marked a seam I didn't want. If this happens, in the command panel, select the Edit Seams button in the Peel Seams rollout, then Alt-click the seam you want to remove. Once all the pieces are flattened, it's time to pack them into the area with the checker pattern. This can be done manually by moving, scaling, and rotating all the pieces into the area with the goal of getting the checker pattern to lay with minimal distortion. Or, there are tools for it. Look for the Pack UVs. There are a few different options for different situations. The default works well in this case, so I'm not going to change anything. But I encourage you to try the different options to learn more. Looking at my model, the checker pattern lays pretty well without much distortion. You can manually adjust the position, scaling, and rotation if you want. Make sure to not overlap the pieces. The next step is to render the Uvw map as an image so we can paint it in Photoshop. Under the tools, find the Render UV template, choose the options to fit your liking. Save the file in the Scene Assets Images folder, then open it in Photoshop. The important thing when painting a texture is to be aware of the seams and don't worry about staying within the lines. Save your image as a JPEG or another image file type in the Scene Assets folder. Back in Max, create a new material, attach the newly created Uvw map to the diffuse, and attach the material to your model.